Today's day 2 of the challenge, and technically it is January 1st for me, but I'm trying to film the video one day before, so I have at least one day of editing. Today, honestly speaking, since I was out late last night, I'm probably not going to be doing any learning today, but I just want to talk about some of the productivity tips I learned throughout last year and like basically my whole life. One thing that is really important, which is why I'm making this YouTube video, and even though, as you can see, I have no skills whatsoever, I'm just starting because once we start it, it feels a lot more easier to get into it. Forcing yourself to do something, or like you have to learn a new skill, think of it as something you want to do, or rather like at a certain moment, if you don't want to do something, just don't do it, because later on when you do have motivation to do it, you're probably gonna spend more effort without thinking you're spending effort, and you're gonna be saving time because you're actually more focused and you are motivated to learn something. If you're not motivated, all you're probably gonna do is stare at the screen thinking, oh my god, when is the time up? How long do I have to sit here to learn this thing, right? So don't force yourself to learn something. Maybe spend like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe up to an hour just trying to get yourself motivated to learn the thing you're trying to learn. I think that goes a long way to helping you like actually retain the information better and actually being able to use the knowledge, because I think a lot of us know you can just hear information one side and it comes out the other, and obviously we don't want that because that wastes our time, and then we just have to like go back another day, watch it again, maybe that doesn't work, and then we spend like a week, 5 hours, 12 hours. This is like a lot of time wasted. Going into 2023, maybe try to save yourself some time, because COVID felt like a huge waste of time because I was very unproductive. There were certain bursts of productive moments, but most of all I can think of is that I spent a lot of time playing video games that really didn't gain me any value. I'm not saying that video games is a waste of time, but I was playing more like 24/7, which is a waste of time because it's not like I was even having fun. It was just like, oh yeah, I was grinding, and it felt like there was nothing else to do, right? But there are so many things to do, which is why I'm like doing this YouTube channel. I want to learn all the things I want to learn, but sometimes it's just that there's so much stuff you want to do. We don't act on our thoughts, which is what differentiates people, right? From social media, we hear this a lot. There's people that have these thoughts and they act on it. Those are what make us successful. Whenever you get like one small moment burst that, oh, I really want to learn something, oh, I really want to do this right now, do it. Just do it right now. Don't just say, oh yeah, I have time later on, because that's not gonna work. It'll just like go away and you'll forget about it, and then sometime later you'll be like, oh yeah, I wanted to learn this thing, and then it'll go away again. Another thing that I thought was, there's so many tips out there, but it's not gonna work for everyone. You gotta find your own method, because one thing does not, like one method might work for one person but might not work for another person. Personally, I feel like to-do list doesn't really work for me, but I find that calendar and time blocking does work for me. But with calendar blocking, you literally have to put everything in your calendar. If you like miss one thing and you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just remember it in my brain. No, that's not gonna work. You gotta put like everything down. At some point, if you just make it into a habit, you just put everything on your schedule, and then like you feel like this whole chunk of brain that you used to hold for memorizing, like, oh, what do I have to do at this time, or whatever I have to do at the other time, that whole chunk of your brain is free. So you can use it for something else, something, I don't know, more productive, something, it doesn't have to be productive. There's less stuff you have to be constantly thinking, and you just seem like more free. I guess another thing is, if you can't stick to one method, you can just keep changing it. Just do whatever works for you in the moment, because we just need it to work in the moment. We don't have to make it work for our entire life. All we care about right now is me right now. How do I make myself more productive and optimize my time, optimize my energy? Because like, we don't have 100% energy. I'll still get tired, and maybe some days I won't even shoot a video because I'm just so exhausted that day. Knowing that we are changing every day, and what suits us will change every day too. Well, the other thing that I'm constantly learning would be just literally filming a video. Like right now, I have a Stoke camera, but I'm not used to speaking to a camera. So just by filming this video, I'm practicing. I'm gonna be learning in my brain how to improve every single time I shoot. So if we just keep doing it and have the motivation to do it, at some point it will pay off. I guess it also depends on if you have a deadline, because deadline makes everything different, right? Right now, I don't really have a deadline. Like, no one is giving me this deadline. It's kind of like I'm setting this deadline for myself, or like because I want to do this, right? I want to have this challenge on myself, and to keep myself accountable for it, that I will keep learning for at least 90 days, because this is my challenge. So this is my breakfast. Anyways, I think this video is long enough. I'll save it for another time. Peace.